So now we're going to do some problems solving for future value at a simple interest rate. I just copied the formula up at the top of the paper here so it was easier to see. Didn't have to keep flipping the paper. The principal P is borrowed at a simple interest rate R for a period of time T. Find the loan's future value A, or the total amount due at time T. So it tells us what P is, it tells us what R is, and it tells us what T is. Now T is a little bit tricky. Remember, time needs to be in years. So 9 months is not an okay way of writing time. So T is equal to 9 months, but we need our T to be in years. So the first thing I need to do is convert 9 months into years. So 9 months, if I divide that by 12 months, I can reduce the months and the months, divide out, and that will get me, 9 divided by 12, that's reduced to 3/4 of a year. Okay, so we're going to use T as 3/4. When I plug on my values, I have A equals P for principal or present value, which is going to be the $9,000 borrowed at simple interest, times parentheses 1 plus my rate, which in this case is 0.065 times the time, which in this case is 3/4. Because it's 9 months is 3/4 of a year. So when I use my calculator, I'm going to have 9,000. And then I'm going to use the parentheses if you have one. If you don't, then you'll have to do the inside first and then take that answer and multiply it by 1,000. But my calculator has a parentheses, so I'm going to use it. 1 plus 0.065 times 3/4. Now some calculators might have a fraction button like 3, and this button is n over d. Some calculators might have a over b or a/b over c. So you're welcome to use that and then close your parentheses and hit enter. This gets me 9,438.75 cents. So that is going to be the future value of everything that I'm going to owe at the end of the time. This is the $9,000 that I borrowed plus all the interest. Now, if you don't have a fraction button like that n over d button, the way you type it in is 9,000 parentheses 1 plus 0.065 times 3 divide by 4. Because times 3, that gets you the numerator, divide by 4, that gets you the denominator, and as long as you have a calculator that you can see all of the values in, you can go ahead and hit enter, and it's the same thing. Now, if you have a 4-function calculator, you'll probably want to start at 3/4 first, so divide 3 divide by 4, and then hit enter. Then you'll have to multiply by 0.065 and then hit enter. So we're basically doing it manually, as if you were going to do PEMDAS by yourself. Then we're going to hit +1, enter, and now that's all of the inside. Then multiply by 9,000 and hit enter. And notice that it's the exact same answer. So if you don't have a calculator that you can see the screen, you're going to have to type it in that way. Go do the 3/4, then multiply by the rate, then add the 1, hit enter every single time, and then multiply by the 9,000. One more example here, a loan of $2,040 has been made at 7.5% interest for 4 months using simple interest. So this time I'm going to have to figure out what my A, my P, my R, and my T are using the words. So a loan has been made. So I'm starting with 2,040, which is my P. It's my present value. At a rate of 7.5%, so that's 0.075 for my rate, for 4 months. 4 months out of 12 months, if I reduce that, that gets 1/3 of a year. So my T is going to be 1/3. Then it says find the future value, so that's the thing I don't know. So I'm going to plug this in. A equals 2040 parentheses 1 plus 0.075 times 1/3 of a year. Now I showed you how to all the different ways you could type it in the calculator, especially if you don't have a scientific calculator with so that you can see what you're typing. So, but because I do, I'm just going to go ahead and type it in the most straightforward way. If you need to use the other methods, that's fine, but I'm just going to go ahead and type it in, and that gets us $2,091, which is going to be the loan's future value. So if you're the one loaning out the money, that's how much you'll get back after they've accrued the interest. If you're the one taking out the loan, well then that's how much you're going to have to pay after 4 months.